hakurya wa mugezi nkuko
across the river,
Yosuwa yabwiye Abayisiraheli,
as Joshua told the Israelites,
ntabwo ariho mugituye.
this is not where you belong anymore. This is not where you live anymore.
Uyu mugore mubana,
This woman that you live together,
ntabwo ari wo mu kigero cya mama wawe.
is not the same generation as your mom.
Iyi ni generation y'abantu bashaka kuganira.
This is a generation of people who want to communicate
Planning.
and to plan together
Barangiza bagafata ibyemezo.
and then make decisions
Bagatanga amafaranga ariko bafite icyerekezo.
and give money with a vision.
Wowe rero uri muragaba nko mu gihe cya ba data na basogokuru.
Yet you are just giving money out like your grandfather used to do.
Rero ntundakarire.
So I told him, don't be mad at me.
Ndabogamira ku mugore.
I'll be on the side, I'll lean towards the side of the wife.
Buriya ubunyabyaha ntimuzabwitiranye no kuba umuntu asinda asambana nuko kudatekereza.
So don't confuse being a sinner with fornication, with drunkenness, even not being able to think and compromise.
Buriya umutima w'icyaha.
A sinning heart,
si rimwe si kabiri si gatatu.
it's not just once or twice or thrice.
Nicaranye n'umugabo n'umugore.
One day I sat with a man and his wife.
Ariko reka mpikinge case imwe yabaye atari hano mu gihugu kugira ngo abantu batagira ngo mbamenera amabanga.
So let me pick a case that happened out of this country so that people don't think I'm breaking their secrets.
Mu gihugu runaka ntagombye kuvuga.
In a given country,
umugabo n'umugore baje kundeba.
A man and his wife came to see me.
Bari bamaze iminsi bambwira bati twamenye kuzazi none nuza twifuzaga guhura nawe.
So they had been communicating to me, telling me that we know you'll be coming and we want to meet you once you come.
Umugore ambwira ibintu umugabo akora. Umugore ambwira ibintu umugabo akora.
So the woman told me about the actions of the husband.
Uyu mugabo afata amafaranga.
This man has money.
Jiwe ndakora.
I work.
We ntakora.
He doesn't work.
Ariko afata amafaranga.
But he has money.
Akanayoherereza bene wabo atanambwiye.
And he sends money to his relatives without informing me.
Jiwe ibyo ndabirambiwe.
I'm tired of this.
N'umugabo arambwira ngo urumva pastor.
And then the husband said, are you listening, pastor?
Uyu mugore azamenya ryari ko ndi umugabo mu rugo.
When will this woman learn that I'm the man of the house?
Iyo icyubahiro cy'Imana kivuye ku mugore.
When the glory of God has left a woman.
Iyo icyubahiro cy'Imana kivuye ku musore.
When the glory of God has left a young man.
Iyo icyubahiro cy'Uwiteka kivuye ku mukobwa.
When the glory of God has left a young woman.
Iyo icyubahiro cy'Uwiteka kivuye ku gihugu.
When the glory of God has left the country.
Bigenda bite?
What happens?
Ndabizi nababwiye yuko tuziga dushingiye ku gitabo cy'Itangiriro.
So yesterday we said that we are going to base our teaching on the book of Genesis.
Twarebye Itangiriro igice cya mbere n'icya kabiri.
We looked into Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Tubona ukuntu umuntu yasaga mbere yuko akora icyaha.
And we saw the image of man before he sinned.
Ubundi turamutse tubaye mu isi itarimo icyaha.
If we lived in a world without sin,
twagaruka muri Eden.
We would go back to Eden.
Tukabaho dufite ibyo turya.
We would have food.
Imihanda yacu itarimo ambuteyage.
Our roads won't have traffic.
Icyo gihe coordination ya buriya muzi burya ambuteyage.
Because there would be good coordination.
Burya ambuteyage nayo iva mu byaha.
Because sometimes traffic jam originates from sin.
Abantu barabyigana.
People fight on the road.
Bakabyigana.
They squeeze each other.
Abamotari bakaza
and then the motorbike riders also come in.
Ko n'abanyabyaha.
Because they are sinners.
Ubundi tutari abanyabyaha.
If we are not sinners,
twajya ku murongo.
We would line up.
Hasigaye tukagenda.
And follow each other smoothly. We would allow those on the left to pass. And then afterwards the ones on the right would pass. But we all fight, we all squeeze each other. We all want to be the first to pass. Because we are sinners. Have you ever seen a person? You see a big lineup of cars. And then he gets out of the line. And he overpasses others, he overtakes. And then he blocks those which were coming from the other side. And yet he can't also go back to the line. Because he's a sinner. He can't see that what he's doing is inconveniencing others.
So
this is all we are talking about. But when we come back to Eden,
hari ikintu mwabonye? Have you seen something?
Have you seen something?
Muri Yerusalemu nshya,
in the New Jerusalem,
nta modoka zizaba zihari.
There won't be cars.
Tuzajya tugenda nk'abamarayika.
We would be walking like angels.
Umbuye icyo gihe.
I can't wait to be in that time.
Kandi nta banyabyaha bazaba bahari.
And there won't be any sinners.
Ariko icyo cyo kirambabaza.
But that sometimes makes me sad.
Kuko bamwe mu bazaba baraciye mu ruhande rw'ibumoso.
Because some of the people who would have passed on the left.
Kuko Yesu yaravuze ngo abeza azabashyira iburyo ababa bashyira ibumoso.
Because Jesus said he will put the righteous on the right and the sinners on the left.
Harimo inshuti zanjye nyinshi.
And some of those people on the left are my friends. Many of them are my friends.
Harimo n'abavandimwe.
And some of them are my relatives.
Mwene data twicaranye kuri uyu mugoroba.
If you're here this evening with us,
uyu munsi usezere muri iyo si y'abanyabyaha.
Say goodbye to that world of sinners today.
Kandi buri kintu abantu batazi.
And one thing people don't know.
Kuba umunyabyaha si ukuba utajya mu rusengero.
Being a sinner does not mean not going to church.
Kuko ibi bimaze kuvuga.
Because all the things I've said.
No muri ambuteyage.
Even in the traffic jam.
Abo bakora ibyo ngibyo.
Those who do that.
Abenshi turi abarokore.
Many of them are Christians.
Sindababwira inkuru yigeze kutubaho.
There's something that happened to us one day.
Twari twagiye mu kiriya ahantu muri quartier.
We had gone to a funeral service in the neighborhood.
Noneho murabizi iyo twagiye mu kiriya imodoka zitonda umurongo zishobora kugera nka kilometero.
So as you know, when we are in those kind of ceremonies, we have a big lineup of cars.
Kiza nuko kenshi abantu bavuye mu kiriyo bataha batinze.
The good thing is that it often takes long and ends late.
Noneho dutashye dutinze.
So when we ended when it was late,
imodoka zose zari ziri kuri uyu murongo.
All the cars were on one line.
Vuga ngo n'uyu murongo twari turiho mbese tureba hari.
So we were all on one side.
Hanyuma dutangira gutaha.
So we started going home.
Aho imodoka zirangirira inyuma.
So towards the end of the line,
haturuka umuntu ari muri uno murongo ubwo bivuga ngo yari muri priority ye.
Came somebody from the other side. So he went out of the line and came from the other side.
Bahurira hano ahenda kuganaho izindi modoka zari zigarukiye ziparika.
And then he met somebody coming from the opposite side.
Not somebody, it was a line y'imodoka zirimo gutaha.
So he met another line of cars coming home in that neighborhood on the opposite side.
Ababaswa.
And then he was like, these stupid people.
Kuki batabona ko ndi muri priority yanjye?
Why can't they see that I'm in my priority?
Inyuma ye niho hari akaburesho umuntu ashobora kwihengekaho izindi zikabanza zikagenda.
So behind him there was a small space where he could go on the side and allow others to pass.
Arahagarara.
And then he stopped.
Avuza amahoni.
He started honking.
Nabandi bavuza amahoni.
And the others also honked.
Ubu twabuze umuntu ushobora kudukemurira ikibazo.
And there was no one who could solve that problem.
Vamo.
So I left my car, I went out of my car.
Ndagenda ngeraho yarari.
And I went where he was.
Ndabanza nkora survey.
And then I surveyed the situation first.
Mbona niwe ufite igisubizo.
And I found out he was the one who was holding the solution.
Noneho ndamwegera mpamanga ku kirahuri.
So I knocked on his car window.
Yafunze neza ibirahuri arafunga yicarira amarega.
He had closed up all the windows and he was just sitting comfortably in his car.
Amanuye ikirahuri.
So when he turned the window down,
Yesu ashimwe pastor.
He said, "Oh, praise God, pastor."
Yesu ashimwe mwene data.
So I said, "Praise God, my brother."
Akabisa ibintu no mugoroba ntabwo byoroshye.
Things are not easy this evening.
Ati nyine aturabona abo bantu urareba ukuntu abantu badatekereza.
And then he told me, "Yeah, you can see the way people are ignorant."
Baje bafunga ntibabona ko ndi muri priority.
They are blocking me. Can't they see that this is my priority to pass?
Abantu bari mwene data.
So I told him, brother,
nikireka imodoka ikwemereye ikaba indege.
Unless your car turns into an airplane,
ntabwo uri buzice hejuru.
You are not going to be able to pass.
Nazo ntiziri bukubise.
And they won't be able to also give you some space.
Ni rero umuti.
So the solution,
reversing aho gato.
Just reverse.
Uhagarare hano hepfo.
And go on the side.
Niho hari igisubizo gusa.
That's where the solution is.
Izi zose zibanze zigende.
And let all of them pass.
Mu minota 5.
In 5 minutes.
Urabutashye.
You'll be gone. You could go home.
Ari imyozo.
And then he
went in. Cyawigwe kwikura mu bibazo ariko asubira inyuma.
So he went back, he reversed.
Araparika.
And he parked on the side.
Nanjye ndahagarara kugira ngo making sure ko ari buceho koko.
So I also stood there to see what will happen.
Zimaze gucaho.
So once all the cars from the opposite side had passed, I became a policeman. I stopped others to pass. And I let him go first. And then he waved at me. And said, go in peace.
Ubunyabyaha ntimuzabwitiranye no kuba umuntu asinda asambana nuko kudatekereza.
So don't confuse being a sinner with fornication, with drunkenness, even not being able to think and compromise.
Buriya umutima w'icyaha.
A sinning heart.
Si rimwe si kabiri si gatatu.
It's not just once or twice or thrice.
Nicaranye n'umugabo n'umugore.
One day I sat with a man and his wife.
Ariko reka mpikinge case imwe yabaye atari hano mu gihugu kugira ngo abantu batagira ngo mbamenera amabanga.
So let me pick a case that happened out of this country so that people don't think I'm breaking their secrets.
Mu gihugu runaka ntagombye kuvuga.
In a given country,
umugabo n'umugore baje kundeba.
A man and his wife came to see me.
Bari bamaze iminsi bambwira bati twamenye kuzazi none nuza twifuzaga guhura nawe.
So they had been communicating to me, telling me that we know you'll be coming and we want to meet you once you come.
Umugore ambwira ibintu umugabo akora. Umugore ambwira ibintu umugabo akora.
So the woman told me about the actions of the husband.
Uyu mugabo afata amafaranga.
This man has money.
Jiwe ndakora.
I work.
We ntakora.
He doesn't work.
Ariko afata amafaranga.
But he has money.
Akanayoherereza bene wabo atanambwiye.
And he sends money to his relatives without informing me.
Jiwe ibyo ndabirambiwe.
I'm tired of this.
N'umugabo arambwira ngo urumva pastor.
And then the husband said, are you listening, pastor?
Uyu mugore azamenya ryari ko ndi umugabo mu rugo.
When will this woman learn that I'm the man of the house?
Ndicara mbanza shakisha ukuntu mbakemurira ikibazo.
So I first tried to think of how to solve their problem.
Ndabwira nese ubundi mujya mwicara mukaganira ku mutungo wanyu.
So I asked them, do you ever sit down to discuss your wealth?
Ngo sogokuru nakuze mbona sogokuru mbona data ngo ibyo bintu ngo iwacu ntibibayo.
So the man said, in my growing up I've never seen my grandfather or my father do that.
Ndamubwira nkubwire.
So I told him,
ibyo mwakoraga muri hiryo kwa basogokuru,
whatever you used to do back in the past, back in your own home, in your upbringing,
hakurya wa mugezi nkuko
across the river,
Yosuwa yabwiye Abayisiraheli,
as Joshua told the Israelites,
ntabwo ariho mugituye.
This is not where you belong anymore. This is not where you live anymore.
Uyu mugore mubana,
this woman that you live together,
ntabwo ari wo mu kigero cya mama wawe.
Is not the same generation as your mom.
Iyi ni generation y'abantu bashaka kuganira.
This is a generation of people who want to communicate.
Baga planning.
And to plan together.
Barangiza bagafata ibyemezo.
And then make decisions.
Bagatanga amafaranga ariko bafite icyerekezo.
And give money with a vision.
Wowe rero uri muragaba nko mu gihe cya ba data na basogokuru.
Yet you are just giving money out like your grandfather used to do.
Nero ntundakarire.
So I told him, don't be mad at me.
Ndabogamira ku mugore.
I'll be on the side, I'll lean towards the side of the wife.
Umugabo ararakara.
And then the man got mad.
Ndavuga nise wa mugabo we.
So I told him, you man,
ari ugusenya.
What do you choose? Breaking your home, your marriage?
Cyangwa ari ukubaka.
Or building your marriage?
Urashaka gukora iki muri ibyo byo?
Which one of the two do you want to do?
Burya nubona umuntu atsimbarara.
So if you see someone who sticks on their opinions,
ntaguhe n'igisobanuro kizi,
and without even giving you a clear explanation,
ujye umenya ko ari umunyabyaha.
Know that that person is a sinner.
Kuko icyaha niko kitugira.
Because that is what sin does to us.
Kandi icyaha cyaje,
and when sin has come,
kivana ubwiza bw'Imana ku bantu.
It takes the glory of God out of people.
Kivana ubwiza bw'Imana mu rugo.
It takes the glory of God out of the home.
Ubundi witegereje Adamu na Eva.
If you look at Adam and Eve,
wasobanukirwa imibereho y'ingo zose.
You would understand the relationship
of
homes.
Reka mbaho urugero.
Let me give you an example.
Uyu munsi turiga ku itangiriro ibice bitatu.
Today we are going to learn from Genesis chapter 3.
ejo twabonye ko Adamu na Eva babanaga rwose banezerewe.
Yesterday we saw that Adam and Eve were living together in joy and peace.
Adamu yabonye Eva aravuga ati kabisa uyu ni igufwa ryo mu magufwa yanjye.
When Adam saw Eve, he said, this is the bone of my bones.
Uyu ni akagufwa ko mu magufwa yanjye.
This is the bone of my bones.
Azitwa umugore kuko yakuwe mu mugabo.
She will be called woman because she was gotten out of man.
Aho ibindi biremwa byose yari yaragiye abiha izina rimwe.
He had given one name to all the creatures.
Umugore we yamukoreye poem.
But for his wife he made a whole poem to name her.
Amazina agera nko kuri 6.
About 6 names for her, just for her.
Niyo mpamvu muzabona abagore.
So that's why when you observe women,
niyo babwira ngo bakunda care.
They love care.
Ngo bakunda imitomo.
They love sweet words.
Burya umunsi Imana bakura mu rubavu rwa Adamu.
The day God got the woman out of Adam's ribs.
Muri genetics zabo hagiyemo iyo nzara y'imitomo.
That hunger for care and for sweet words became part of the genetic of a woman.